Okay, well we're here at outside James J. Fox, sometimes known as J.J. Fox, in James Street, London. It's the oldest cigar merchant in the world, founded in 1787, and it's about 6 months since I was last here in connection with the video we made in connection with Paul Elam getting a Churchill Award. That video was shown at the 4th International Conference on Men's Issues, and it went down well. So it's over to Elizabeth.
The first meeting of the Patriarchy Council was held here in 1788, and they've been held here monthly ever since. In the last video, Mike inadvertently revealed that the council meets here at 7 p.m. on the first Tuesday of every month, which unfortunately led to radical feminists holding bad-tempered protests outside, verbally abusing patriarchs coming into the store and then leaving later. The patriarchs were not best pleased by the promotion, so they've changed the date. For some months now, meetings have been held at 7 p.m. on the first Wednesday of each month. Let's hope the radical feminists don't discover it this time.
Indeed, indeed. So, let's go to the store. Elizabeth, after you, young lady.
Thank you very much, old man.
Cool.
Very good. I think I
Good.
actually hailed it. Forgot.
Okay. Well, here we are in the smoking room at J.J. Fox, and it's one of the very few indoor places, a commercial indoor place in the country that you're permitted to smoke cigars, cigarettes, pipes, whatever your bag is. So I'm enjoying my short patriarch, and Elizabeth's enjoying her short matriarch. So let's start. I'd like to start this Christmas message, or we'd like to start this Christmas message, with warm thanks to all the many people who supported J4MB in so many ways. Some of them for almost 6 years, since we launched the party in 2013. They've supported the protests, providing media stories for the blog, commenting on blog pieces, providing strategic and tactical advice, video recording and editing, such as that done by Tom, who's filming this, and who filmed the presentations at the last 3 international conferences on men's issues. Then there's accounting, website maintenance, and so much more. Particular thanks to party members and other donors for their continued support over the past year, for helping to keep us going financially. We wouldn't exist without you, quite frankly, and we haven't had to spend time on fundraising for perhaps 4 years now, which helps us to focus our time and energies on our core work. Thank you so much. Both Elizabeth and I have enjoyed good media coverage over the course of the year. The media outlets include the BBC, TV and radio, Channel 5 TV, LBC, Talk Radio, an Icelandic radio station where Tom and I travelled to Iceland to support a new men's rights party, Love Sport Radio, where I met Kelvin Mackenzie for the first time, and many other media outlets. All the files are on our YouTube channel.
Well, it's Christmas and we're in high spirits after a successful year for the party, so we thought we'd give you a roundup of good news stories from 2018, and we have a cracker for everyone.
Hang on a second.
Just a pull.
Oh, just...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, I'm in luck. This year we're celebrating the centenary of that bloody awful World War I, as well as the enfranchisement of all British men under the Representation of the People Act 1918. Sorry. Special commendations go to Belinda Brown for her 3-part suffrage series and The Conservative Woman, as well as William Collins for his excellent YouTube series Centuries of Oppression, which documents the long struggle for suffrage.
You'll need to keep smoking that, otherwise it will go out. Oops.
Oh, you've got a joke.
What did Adam say?
What did...
In fact, we should read them all out, shouldn't we? What did Adam say the day before Christmas? It's Christmas Eve. No, so we'll just read the jokes. Okay. That's the best one I've ever...
That is a good one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah. Okay, so in May we appointed Elizabeth Hobson as our Director of Communications, and the rest is history. And Elizabeth, I'd like to thank you publicly for your strong contribution to the party, many contributions. You brought some really interesting new perspectives, and the party's all the stronger for it. And our supporters just love you to pieces. So thanks for your hard work, and a lot of it after midnight. So that's pretty impressive.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oops.
I'm winning all these, aren't I? I've got the knack. Any good jokes on there? While I
sure.
manage around? Okay. Why was the snowman looking through the carrots? He was picking his nose. Okay. In July we hosted the 4th International Conference on Men's Issues in London. By common consent, the best conference in the series to date. It was good, wasn't it?
It was, and it was your first conference.
It was my first ever ICMI, yes.
Yeah. So what did you think of it?
I was blown away. It was such a great place to meet people and share ideas. What were your highlights?
Oh gosh, I'd need a week's advance notice of that. It was just all great, and I was a little bit concerned because it was really pretty much the same format as 2 years previously, but the atmosphere was better. Plenty of new speakers. I think we had 13 or 14 new speakers. No, it was just a great buzz from beginning to end, wasn't it?
It certainly was.
And something that we don't convey often enough, and somebody at the Oxford Men's Group pointed this out to me the other day. We really should say more about how much fun these events are. Mm-hmm. The evening socialising in particular is just a hoot, isn't it? It's always a hoot.
It certainly is. It's once in a year opportunity to have a drink with all these people that you know.
Yeah.
From activism online.
Yeah. Okay. What is it you're doing exactly to win every time?
I don't know.
Okay. Oops. Okay. What do you call... This is a killer. What do you call a line of men waiting for a haircut?
Something Christmassy.
A barbecue.
That's not Christmassy. That's
No,
summery. It's a good one, though. It's a good one.
Okay, so I'll read them off here. Okay, well, we protested against MGM outside the Conservative Party conference for the 4th year in succession. This was surely the most successful to date. We must have handed out close to 3,000 leaflets and engaged in a huge number of conversations with conference attendees. And my special thanks to the supporters who joined me there. I think there were 7 or 8 of them throughout the 2 days. And again, the evenings were just amazing. But year after year, we are making traction there. There's no question. The number of people who know, for example, that MGM is illegal today compared to where we were 4 years ago, I think we've gone a long way to improving that public knowledge. Okay.
Excellent.
Actually, if you pull both ends, we'll I want to see what happens here. Yeah.
I still won.
You still won. I'll do the next one. I didn't think that one through.
Okay.
Sorry, Elizabeth, I'll get smash on your legs.
No problem. So, why was the turkey in the rock group?
I don't know. Why was the turkey in the rock group?
He was the only one with drumsticks.
Ka-ching.
In October, Brett Kavanaugh was appointed to the US Supreme Court after an outrageous witch hunt against him. Rebecca Solnit, writing in The Guardian, called this battle the finale and the test for Me Too. And hey, it failed spectacularly, proving that due process does still live at the highest levels of the US state apparatus. That was a good...
It was. That was...
a good story.
That was
I
a good
enjoyed
day.
that.
That was a good day.
I mean, I didn't enjoy all of the trial and the nonsense. That was terrible. But I was really concerned that they were going to win that one.
Yeah, and came damn close to it. Yay!
It didn't bang.
Oh, there you go. Okay. What kind of... These are just so good. We must buy these again next year. What kind of motorbike does Santa ride? A Holly Davidson.
A Holly Davidson, of course he does.
What else?
Of course.
Also in October, and again talking of outrageous witches, Alison Saunders ended her 5-year tenure as Director of Public Prosecutions. She should be in the Tower of London for her corruption of due process during her tenure, instead of which she's found employment, very lucrative employment, with a top city law firm. Her successor, Max Hill, looks set to be even worse than Saunders. However, all rape trials are currently under review by senior prosecutors to ensure that standards for disclosure have been met, which is good news.
It is very good news. Hey!
Yay.
It was just a run ahead.
Yes. Okay.
What happened to the man who stole an advent calendar? He got 25 days.
Seriously, these are the best Christmas traffic jokes I've ever. I think they're hilarious.
So, International Men's Day.
Yes.
Better than ever this year. The hashtag was trending on social media again. And we had the second successful, in fact, no, it would have been the third successful March for Men in London, wouldn't it? The second one that I helped organise. And also the second Messages for Men conference.
The conference was, to my mind, I mean, the first one last year was good, but this one was just in a league beyond it. I thought some just fantastic presentations. I won't name anybody because that means I'll have to exclude some people. But I thought the standard was just very, very high. So
it was a very memorable day, I thought, and I'd like to thank all the volunteers and speakers and attendees for making it so memorable. Yeah,
and there's a certain video cameraman who wants a more professional backdrop to it next year, and he's nodding. So we'll see what we can do. So what are we on now? Number 8, halfway through.
Oh.
I shouldn't read the answer, should I? What do vampires sing on New Year's Eve? Old Fang Syne. You're going to say that what's the Christmas connection again, aren't you?
No, I'll give them that one. It's seasonal, isn't it? It's seasonal.
Okay, Philip Davis MP secured a 90-minute debate commemorating International Men's Day, 10 days after the day. And in the debate, he became the first parliamentarian in British history to employ the term male genital mutilation and spoke about its illegality at some length. We recently posted a 20-minute video of an interview he gave us last week, which is getting good responses from people. And we look forward for more from Philip next year.
Yeah, what a hero!
He is.
That was a real surprise, a real.
It was.
Welcome surprise.
It was just amazing.
It was very courageous.
It was.
Okay.
Yeah, another run starting.
What does a frog do if his car if his car breaks down?
I don't know.
He gets it towed away.
Come on, you're enjoying these, Tom.
And in September, the brave Alessandro Strumia addressed a conference on high energy theory and gender from a non-feminist perspective, explaining that men dominate in physics for biological reasons and that women are actually significantly advantaged in the field. Janice Fiamengo, of course, published a devastating video on the case of the professor who was suspended after having the audacity to tell the truth about sex discrimination in physics. That's an excellent video. Everybody should watch.
I think we're now on about, is it 89 or 90 of the Fiamengo files? And every one of them is very watchable. The quality just never dips, does it, with Janice?
I often find myself going back and rewatching them as well.
Yes, they're really, really content rich. Okay. Yay. What did Adam say the day before Christmas?
Oh! Could it possibly have been? It's Christmas Eve.
You young people have such memories.
I'm sharp. Sharp as a button, me. Sharp as a button.
Now, I think that was Cracker 9, so I think we're going to go through all the same jokes. This is a new box. Ah, right.
It pretty much was.
Okay. The Irishman. Actually, I'm not sure. Is he Irish or is he Northern Irish? I'm not sure. Anyway, the glass blind spot has continued to create first-class videos this year, including one in November, when you, Elizabeth, and he made a wonderful short video on a product called Labe, L-A-B-E, by M4M Skincare, containing pieces of the labia and clitorises of female African babies following FGM. It was, of course, a spoof, but a great response to an appalling double standard. The endorsement by Hollywood actresses of skin creams containing baby boys' foreskins.
Indeed. It made me feel quite sick, actually.
It's appalling,
making that,
yeah,
but it really happens the other way around.
It does.
Oh, let's get this joke out. Okay. Yeah, we've had this joke, so we're going to have some trivia instead. We've also got trivia on here. What drink invented by Francis Showering has a fawn mascot?
Baby Sham.
Yeah. It sounded like a joke, Francis Showering. It doesn't sound like a real name, does it? Now, an 86-year-old Egyptian feminist condemned MGM on the BBC, causing the female presenter to quickly change the subject. In separate but related news, Paul Tinari, a doctor in America, published evidence from MRI scans that circumcision permanently alters the brain of babies who undergo the procedure. To quote Dr. Tinari, the baby was kept in the MRI machine for several minutes to generate baseline data of the normal metabolic activity in the brain. This was used to compare the data gathered during and after the surgery. Analysis of the MRI data indicated that the surgery subjected the infant to significant trauma. The greatest changes occurred in the limbic system, concentrating in the amygdala and in the frontal and temporal lobes. Staying on MGM, the film American Circumcision was released in North America and raked in awards. We had a very successful screening of the film in Oxford recently, thanks to the Oxford Men's Group. And Eric Klopper, a young Jewish academic at Harvard, was fired for publishing on YouTube his remarkable presentation, Sex and Circumcision, an American Love Story. It's a little over 2 hours long, but well worth watching. The war against MGM will be a long one, but our forces are persistent, focused, and primed for battle.
It is an amazing video. He's just a really gifted speaker.
Mind. It was so good. I think what really appealed to me was the anger that he showed, which I don't think men show enough of these days.
No, indeed. And being Jewish, of course, I mean that's it was just amazing. Quite why he spent the last 10 minutes of the video shirtless. It's a bit of a puzzle, but
and the other thing as well,
in
the
his
other
pocket,
thing,
in his pocket,
yeah.
Was it an aubergine?
It was, yeah.
Okay, right. Do you want to light up again, or I've got a lighter actually. If that would be easier for you.
That's all right. I'll do it the proper way.
Are you sure?
Let's pour one more cracker before.
Okay. Well, I guess you could light it while on. Yeah. I'm joking.
Hey.
This is great video footage, Tom, isn't it? People struggling to get a message out of a cracker. If this doesn't go viral. Okay, again we've had that joke. Trivia time. What is the name of the cake traditionally eaten in Italy at Christmas?
Panettone?
Very good.
Hey!
Yay.
Cultured me.
You are. Tom was looking very puzzled, obviously. Okay. Whose turn is it now?
Yours. 12.
12. Oh, yes. Patrick Graham is a British survivor of false rape allegations and gave a very memorable presentation at the conference in July. Just last week, he published online a trailer to a film he's working on with a number of others titled We Believe You. We look forward to its release. I think it's going to be amazing. The production values look super just from the trailer, so I think it's going to be a big one.
Planned for release 2019?
I think so. I'm not sure exactly when. Yeah, a few months, I think.
Excellent. Okay. Bit of trivia. Who is officially credited as the author of Auld Lang Syne?
Robert Burns.
Correct.
Ka-ching.
Very good. Not just a pretty face.
And what does Auld Lang Syne mean? There's a trivia question
don't
for
know.
you. Well,
What does it mean?
I'll explain later. It's quite an involved story.
Oh.
It's not that I don't know.
We'd like to tip our hats to the amazing men and the occasional women who turn up to speak most Sundays at Speaker's Corner in Hyde Park, London, publicly speaking about men's issues, feminism and much more. We're thinking of Rod, Ewan, Brian, Linton, Hayden, Richard, Natty and others. Mike sometimes joins them to protest against MGM, but not as often as he'd like, and he plans to be there more often next year.
Yes, I definitely will.
I need to visit too. Hopefully catch Laurie Penny.
Yeah,
I'm really
yes,
lucky.
Yes. No, Rod played the blinder there.
He did.
Some of the comments we've had, I've never had the comments using the C word so often, and yeah, some really.
Who was it directed at?
She really makes people angry.
Oh,
Yeah.
Laurie.
Oh, and Laurie, yes. No, you couldn't say that, Rod, could you?
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
No. It's a fine young man. Okay, trivia. Who wrote How the Grinch Stole Christmas?
Dr. Zeus.
Yeah, I thought you were so going to get that.
I knew that one, yeah. I know that with bells on.
Okay. It's me again, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, this is the final one. Oh, no, is it?
That one,
Sorry.
14.
Okay. Okay, so yesterday I travelled to Nottingham and deposited papers at Nottingham Magistrates Court in relation to my planned private prosecution of Dr. Belvinder Mehat, a circumciser based in the city at Bakersfield Medical Centre, I think it is. So the prosecution will be for his causing actual bodily harm on a 3-month-old baby 5 years ago. And the poor boy, 5 years on, still suffers from the consequences of that procedure. The poor lad.
Good on you.
And good on his mother for fighting so hard. What's it's for you to read that, isn't it?
Okay. Christmas trivia. The character Jack Skellington appears in which 1993 Tim Burton film?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you can get it. Go on. It's
It's an amazing film.
It's good. Tom knows.
Well, you can obviously lip read. I can't lip read, so I haven't got a clue what he's doing. What is it, Tom? Hollow, something hollow. Is it something?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
What is it?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, that wasn't what I was thinking of. So there you go.
Yes, I think Sleepy Hollow was his next one after that.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Oh, it's me. So yes, that's right. So I'm working with other non-feminist women to stage a demonstration on International Women's Day in March. Only 9% of British women self-identify as feminists, according to the Fawcett Society.
and they should know.
And they should know. It's time that the 91% of British women who aren't feminists made their voices heard on International Women's Day of all times.
Yeah. And it's just going to grow, isn't it? And
I hope
with
so.
each year that passes, more and more women are prepared to say the truth. It's a great development. Okay.
One last cracker.
Okay, trivia. In the song, The 12 Days of Christmas, my true love brought to me 9 what?
Lords leaping?
Tom? Ladies dancing.
Oh, Lords of Leaping must be like 10 or 8 or something, and I think I was close.
You were close. Okay, in the summer of next year, 2019, the 5th International Conference on Men's Issues will take place. I'm pleased to announce that the host city will be, unfortunately at the moment, I can't tell you because the contract has yet to be signed, but it hopefully will be quite soon. But I can reveal it will be in North America, probably in August. So feel free to book your flights and hotel rooms now. I think that's specific enough, isn't it? North America, probably in August. I think that's all. That's, you know, I think sometimes we give too much away, don't we? We help people too much. It's again going to be a 3-day conference. Both Elizabeth and I will be speaking, as well as Paulina. The organisers have some very, very exciting ideas about how to make it even more engaging than previous ICMIs, and we hope to see you there.
Okay, old man. Is that everything?
Just one more thing, young lady. Just one more thing. It's time to show that we're not only a serious party, we're sometimes a fun party too.
What's that on your head, Mike?
It's a turkey, Tom.
It certainly is, Mike. And Elizabeth, what's that on your head?
It's a box, Tom.
Ah, unbelievable. I have no further questions. Proceed.
Okay. So, thank you, Tom. So, it's Merry Christmas from me.
And it's a Merry Christmas from him.
Merry Christmas.